Hello, good afternoon. I have a very exciting venue this evening for my video. That's the Sea of Quibi. And I'm going to be talking this evening about an exciting presentation on temperament and types of memory. Usually, we have felt that everybody should pass the same because they have the same type of memory, and the only difference we think that should differentiate somebody from passing with his fellow classmates is the fact that you studied, you did not study. So let me talk this evening about the different type of memories we have, and with a nickname that I did form by myself. I call the sanguine having the sieve memory. Why do I call them having the sieve memory? Because they forget a lot. If you send a sanguine child to the store, it's uncommon for a sanguine child to start shouting Maggie, Maggie, Maggie. By the time they go 4 meters, they've forgotten it. They start calling salt. This problem they also have in school. So if you teach today and you come the following day and you're asking in class, what did we say yesterday? It's common that the sanguine child has forgotten everything, like he has forgotten even the topic that you taught yesterday. But this is not the same with other type of memory. So they have the sieve memory. They forget little information. They are only able to keep things that interest them, like the stories that they tell, but they forget the detail of this information. What about the cholerics? I say the cholerics have computer memory. Why do I call them the computer memory? Sometimes the choleric remembers nothing until there's a problem to solve. So it's like you have to put in a command before it takes. So once a choleric can think, I don't understand how to fix this, but if there's an emergency, I bet you the choleric will fix it. So the reason why once there's a prompt, there's a problem, they are solution oriented, and their memory, everything comes. Once there's a problem, they are able to solve it. And let's go to the melancholic temperament. I call them that they have the camera memory. Why camera memory? Because melancholics have the strongest and the longest memory. They can memorize everything and give it in the exam exactly the way that was given in the book. It's not uncommon for a melancholic to read in the night. In the morning when they write the exam, they produce it line after line like it is in their notebook. A melancholic can tell that this question that my teacher has given is on the left side of my book, on the right side of my book, or whatever. So they actually see their book during exam. So when I say camera, it's like they snap the book and then they are able to see it during exams and produce whatever they are producing out of it. So this is what we call them the camera memory. What about the phlegmatic? I said the phlegmatic have the tape recorder memory. If you're in a class setting and you see a student sitting like this and they ask, have you heard? They say, Madam, I'm hearing. Their strongest senses is their hearing, and they are very high in understanding. So they might not look at you, they might not answer any question, they might not say anything in your class section, but they are understanding, and they are understanding very well, and they are able to answer questions when the time comes. Sometimes people think they have not understood because a phlegmatic for no reason will put up their hands. You have to point them. You get up and answer the question before they can wake up. But they will not love to answer the question. They don't have that natural instinct to like, okay, let me put my hands up and answer questions. No, they prefer to stay quiet and you ask them. In addition to the sanguine having the sieve memory, I usually also say they have the radio memory. Why do I call radio? For a sanguine, it's what they say that they remember. Anything that they don't say, they don't remember. So it's not uncommon to see a sanguine. When you teach, they stand up and say, Madam, did you say that 2 plus 2 is 4? And then the madam says yes, and then they sit down. Because they say it by themselves, they are able to understand. And the class will be like, it's the same thing that they say, why must you always wake up and show? No, they are not showing. In fact, anything that they have not said it by themselves, their memory really is not unable to capture it. So it's not a show. It's like they need to be able to say that thing by themselves, and then they can remember. So what they say, they remember. For a choleric, when there's a prompt, they remember. For a male, anything they see, they capture, they remember. And for a plague, what they hear, they remember. Hello.